Imagine a world where economies are skyrocketing, industries are booming, and innovation is reshaping the future. While we often hear about economic giants like the United States or China, there's a new wave of emerging nations rewriting the rulebook and stunning the world with their rapid growth. From bustling cities in Asia to the flourishing energy sectors of South America and Africa, these economies are climbing the ranks faster than ever. These nations are thriving due to a mix of robust industries, foreign investments, expanding populations, and strategic policies. Let's explore the 10 fastest-growing economies in the world, exploring what fuels their growth and how they plan to sustain it over the long term. Please subscribe to our channel and help us create more content. Let's dive in. Starting at number 10, the Philippines has maintained a GDP growth rate of 6.5%. The country owes its economic progress to its thriving business process outsourcing industry, which generates over $30 billion annually. Remittances from overseas Filipino workers, amounting to over $36 billion each year, significantly boost household consumption. The government's ambitious Build, Build, Build infrastructure program has enhanced connectivity and created millions of jobs. To continue this growth, the Philippines must address challenges like improving education to meet industry demands, ensuring political stability, and diversifying its economy beyond BPO and remittances. Investments in technology and manufacturing could further strengthen its growth trajectory. In ninth place, Bangladesh has achieved a GDP growth rate of 6.7%, driven by its flourishing textile and garment industry, which accounts for over 80% of its exports. The sector, supported by low labor costs and skilled workers, has positioned Bangladesh as the world's second-largest exporter of ready-made garments. Remittances, totaling around $22 billion annually, also play a critical role. Infrastructure projects like the Padma Bridge have enhanced trade and connectivity. However, to sustain growth, Bangladesh needs to address environmental concerns in its textile industry, improve energy access, and diversify its export portfolio to include higher-value goods like electronics and pharmaceuticals. Ethiopia, with a GDP growth rate of 7.0%, takes 8th place. The country's economic progress is driven by industrialization, with foreign investors drawn to its industrial parks and low labor costs. Agriculture remains vital, providing employment for 70% of the population and supporting exports like coffee and livestock. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is set to transform Ethiopia's energy landscape, providing affordable electricity to power industries. To be able to keep growing, Ethiopia must focus on resolving political conflicts, expanding access to education and healthcare, and diversifying its economy to reduce dependency on agriculture and foreign aid. In 7th place, India recorded a GDP growth rate of 7.2% in 2023. The country's IT and technology sectors continue to be global leaders, while initiatives like Make in India have rejuvenated its manufacturing sector. A burgeoning middle class, urbanization, and digital transformation have fueled domestic consumption. Remittances of $100 billion in 2022 further support the economy. To ensure long-term growth, India must tackle challenges such as income inequality, infrastructure gaps, and skill mismatches in its workforce. Expanding renewable energy capacity, boosting women's participation in the workforce, and improving ease of doing business will be critical for sustaining its growth. 6th on the list is Rwanda, which achieved a GDP growth rate of 7.5%. Known as Africa's Singapore, Rwanda has become a hub for innovation and technology. Investments in tourism, agriculture, and construction have been key drivers of growth. The country's good governance and focus on sustainable development have attracted foreign investment. To continue its growth, Rwanda must continue diversifying its economy, enhance regional trade partnerships, and invest in education and healthcare. Developing its nascent tech sector further can also position Rwanda as a leader in Africa's digital revolution. Vietnam takes the 5th spot with a GDP growth rate of 8.0%. The country has become a global manufacturing hub, attracting major players like Samsung, Apple, and Nike due to its competitive labor costs and strategic trade agreements. Agriculture and tourism also contribute significantly, with Vietnam being a top exporter of rice, coffee, and seafood. To keep growing, Vietnam must focus on upskilling its workforce, improving infrastructure, and transitioning to higher-value manufacturing. It also needs to address environmental challenges, such as pollution and climate change, which threaten its agricultural and coastal industries. Uzbekistan ranks fourth with a GDP growth rate of 8.1%. Economic reforms under President Shavkat Mirziyoyev have attracted foreign investment in energy, mining, and agriculture. The country's abundant natural resources, including gold, natural gas, and cotton, generate significant revenue. To sustain growth, Uzbekistan needs to diversify its economy beyond resource exports, enhance its education system, and improve its business environment. Developing sectors like tourism and renewable energy can also help create a more resilient economy. In third place, Senegal achieved a GDP growth rate of 8.5% thanks to its newly discovered offshore oil and gas reserves. The government's plan for an emerging Senegal has prioritized infrastructure development, energy projects, and industrialization. Agriculture, particularly peanuts, cotton, and fisheries, remains a vital sector. To be able to grow at this rate, Senegal must ensure that oil and gas revenues are used to diversify the economy and invest in human capital. Expanding renewable energy capacity and addressing youth unemployment will be crucial for long-term stability and growth. Côte d'Ivoire, or Ivory Coast, ranks second with a GDP growth rate of 8.7%. As the world's largest cocoa producer, agriculture is the backbone of its economy. Investments in transport and energy infrastructure have boosted trade and industrial activity. Political stability and reforms have made Côte d'Ivoire an attractive destination for foreign investors. To sustain its growth, the country must continue diversifying its economy by investing in manufacturing and technology. Addressing environmental challenges in cocoa production and improving access to education and healthcare will also be essential. Finally, leading the pack is Guyana. With an incredible GDP growth rate of 25.2%, the discovery of vast offshore oil reserves has propelled the nation into an economic boom. Oil revenues have funded infrastructure projects, social programs, and job creation. To ensure sustainable growth, Guyana must avoid over-reliance on oil by diversifying its economy. Investing in agriculture, tourism, and renewable energy can help create a balanced and resilient economic foundation. Strengthening governance and transparency in managing oil wealth will also be critical to avoiding the resource curse and ensuring long-term prosperity. These 10 countries showcase the diverse pathways to rapid economic growth. Whether through industrialization, resource wealth, or technological innovation, their progress is a testament to the power of strategic planning and human potential. However, sustaining growth will require addressing challenges, investing in people, and building resilient economies. These nations are not just growing, they're shaping the future of the global economy. So stay curious, stay informed, and never underestimate the power of human potential to create a brighter future for all. Thanks for joining me on this incredible journey, and don't forget to subscribe for more eye-opening adventures.